ESPN, the Azerbaijan Grand Prix F1 race on ESPN. First time watching an F1 race, so I'm a newbie here. So let's watch and see what we see.
For Tsunoda and Lawson in 5th and 6th, and while they do battle, it's Norris behind, Hamilton now up into 8th spot, Leclerc falling down to 9th. There is a tie.
Watching the race late. Didn't even think about it being on. I woke up early this morning because I went to bed at 7:45 last night.
It seems a sensible thing there for Leclerc not to fight him too hard. Let's see if Hamilton can, close on the back here. The gap 2.4. As long as Lando's bottled up, they're all bottled up behind Lawson. Lewis is going to be in this fight. We've got 8 laps to go. He's out of Leclerc dynamics in this battle. As you said, you talked about the Lawson-Tsunoda dynamic. Lando needs to clear them, but in a safe way, because
Leto's had a nice quiet race.
Lap 44 at 51 now.
But having started in 13, just outside of the points paid position, continuing to show his good form, along with that Sauber car coming on leaps and bounds and able to once again be ahead of Nico Hulkenberg. As it stands right now, the Constructors' Championship sealed by McLaren would roll on
214 miles per hour. Unbelievable.
Tsunoda's loss of DRS. The line will come. Now, I think Norris is closing.
I know little about Azerbaijan as far as the city, but
driving well, not putting a wheel out of place at the moment, keeping his head down, holding on to 5th place.
he's done such a good job of soaking up pressure, hasn't he? When you think that the first stint he had, Leclerc all to the back of him, did put a foot wrong there, made sure he concentrated on the exits, get a good exit out of 2, get a good exit out of 16, and then you're not...
I will say that this is very different than NASCAR. Very, very different than NASCAR.
It's a nice clean through turns 15 in Lawson.
Also sponsored by MSC.
Back, we've got the 2 Alpines glued to 18th and 19th. Gasly on the medium tyre compared to Colapinto on the hard tyre. That move looks like it's about to come.
Tsunoda in 6th, Lando Norris 7th. I don't know the abbreviations enough to give you a rundown of who's who. Lap 45 of 51, by the way.
Tsunoda himself being chased
Whoa.
by Lando Norris, who is desperate to try and get some big points on the board here. As Tsunoda's going to be the one to try and dive down the outside line. Lawson defends as they rocket down towards turn 2. We saw very similar racing like this right at the end of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix last year between Carlos Sainz and Sergio Perez, and they ended up in...
There is an interval, I think, of 13 seconds between the first and second, so there's quite a bit.
But he'll be wanting to pounce on the fact that his teammate Oscar Piastri, the man who leads the championship, is out and will pick up 0 points from this Baku race. But it's line astern once more. Lawson 5th, Tsunoda 6th, Norris in 7th, Hamilton and Leclerc 8th and 9th. Ted.
So massive day for the championship, massive day also for Carlos Sainz. He's doing the job he needs to, Harry. He's doing a brilliant job. Yes, he's on younger tyres than Kimi Antonelli behind, but Antonelli, the gap, if anything, is just widening a bit. Antonelli from 1.5 now dropped to 1.8 behind Carlos Sainz.
Verstappen is...
Don't forget,
Verstappen and Antonelli is in 4th place.
And right now, we have to say we've not seen much of him. And for good reason, Max Verstappen clear out in front by over 13 seconds once more. Here's Hamilton. G'd on there, you can see the fight just ahead of him, bringing Charles Leclerc along as well. The team orchestrating a move between those two a couple of laps ago. They are glued to each other right now, but they're not able to make a pass. Lawson still holds on to 5th. 10 points for the taking for Liam Lawson, currently with 20 notched up in his bank account across this 2025
Lap 46 of 51.
Racing Bulls out nicely in the Constructors' title fight in the mid-pack. But once again, Lawson holds on to it now in this middle sector, finding a move. It's going to be even more tricky.
Yeah, as you say, an important day for Racing Bulls on a day where Williams are going to bank 15 big points. Racing Bulls at the moment on course for 11. If Lawson can hang on for the last 5 laps, look, at Lewis Hamilton, though. He is within with DRS open, so he is now right in this fight.
The car slipping and sliding, getting to the end of the life on these tyres for some of them, but flying their way through the streets. 6 red flags we had yesterday in qualifying, and they will be behaving themselves rather well today.
I'm not seeing the raindrops in the camera lens. This is
It's interesting
Hamilton's Ferrari.
as the actual races too, because of the way they qualify.
DRS race.
Lap 47 now at 51.
Comes. The rear wing flap flies open. We were just 14 seconds over George Russell. Carlos Sainz continuing for 3, so really not a lot in it at the moment between Antonelli and Sainz. Antonelli not quick enough to first of all close that gap and then have the delta.
Yes, Ryan, this brilliant defence by Lawson. He's driven really well this weekend. He had a good qualifying, but this defence holding these.
The Azerbaijan Grand Prix is held in Baku, which is the capital city of Azerbaijan. It takes place on the Baku city circuit. Street circuit runs through the city, including the historical Old Town and modern Seaside Boulevard. That's according to ChatGPT.
Would there have been a sneaky call to let the senior team car?
We are on lap 48 of 51.
Lando Norris, I mean, the sheer speeds they are doing within inches of each other, over 330 kilometers an hour, but we're seeing a little bit of a chain. If you're going to want to make a move, you've got to be brave, you've got to be bold, and nobody wants to do it into turn 1.
Weirdly, Lawson is dragging Tsunoda along. So the rest, the 3, going to the middle, he's just keeping his cool, staying online, not doing anything really to jeopardize any corner exits, and that's been so.
Doesn't look like ESPN does a lot of commercials for F1 as well, so that's also interesting to me.
They're happening since 2014. You've got the battery pack that sits alongside the 1.6 litre internal combustion engine. Lando Norris on that graphic says he's got none of his battery juice, so he will have to recharge that as quickly as possible, because Lewis Hamilton behind has got 40%. So that'll be interesting when we get the start finish rate. Has Hamilton kept enough battery juice in reserve to attack Lando?
Lap 49 of 51.
The closest battle out on the track at the moment inside the top 10. Bortoletto, I think, has been overtaken in the last few moments by Alex Albon. It was Bortoletto who was on periphery points. Now it's Albon that say periphery. It's about 22 seconds, 23 seconds.
Salesforce sponsoring the vote driver of the day.
Gasly, 18th and 19th, running a race on their road. Now on lap 1. The championship leader picking up 0 points, which is why it is so crucial for Lando Norris, who, I don't know if that was my eyes playing tricks on me there, but I think it's once again they make their way through the first 90-degree left-handers and no moves are able to exchange. Meanwhile, it is Max Verstappen in a race of his own out in front. He's now led more laps this season than Lando Norris. Yesterday, they're putting it on pole position, making it 6 pole positions this season. The most
ESPN live coverage. Maybe that's why we're not getting any. Boy, some of these turns, they're just like, I mean, they're just amazingly tight. And the fact that they're hitting them at the speeds that they're hitting them at is just unfucking believable. Lap 50 of 51, 2 laps to go.
So yes, just to pick up on what Corinne was saying there, Norris is through this lap, but I think he is trying to get that battery up.
Lando Norris and 3 sprints left.
Oh, what happened?
Move. Charlotte's currently.
Yeah, we're going to get one big opportunity, isn't it? Verstappen now about to come past the start finish line and begin the final lap of the Grand Prix. So this phase of the lap, where they've got to try and get close, they've got to get the battery in the right place. Look at the light flashing. That means they're harvesting, they're recovering energy, trying to top the battery up.
All right, final lap, 51 of 51.
Coming out at 16.
In NASCAR, they call this the white flag lap. I'm not sure if that's what they call it in F1 or not.
To comfortably, serenely on his way with a comfortable 14-second gap, and he's just done.
Verstappen.
But I want to see the battle behind Lawson.
Max Verstappen is the race leader.
At this point,
Or should I say Max Verstappen?
Commentary box
And I believe he is
much more
German?
defensive coming into turn one this time around. Lando Norris saving the battery last lap around with just a few more corners to do it. You can see that McLaren's so much more aggressive this time around. He knows he's running out of time. He's running out of corners. Lawson's managed to get away a little bit now from Tsunoda, who's nearly outside of DRS range. Crucially not. Can Lando pull alongside? No, he can't.
Oh, that's tough now. This is going to be... He's going to need a mistake for the car in front, but no mistakes for this man. He is being absolutely imperious all day long. It's a sort of vintage 2023, Harry, isn't it? We just a day where you don't see Max Verstappen, and he's just dominated from the front.
Yeah, the usual Friday chat from Red Bull, where you almost want to rule them out, but with just a few kilometers left to run, over 51 laps around these Baku city streets. Who shows his class and rises to the top again?
Here comes the checkered flag. Max Verstappen wins.
As team principal, and what a ride as well for George Russell, unwell all weekend long, takes home
George Russell signs
on the podium in third, and his best result for his new team, and there is no change in this battle behind. Liam Lawson will be fifth behind Kimi Antonelli. Yuki Tsunoda crosses the line in sixth, with Lando Norris in seventh. The two Ferraris 8th and 9th, with Isaac Hadjar stealing the final points paying position in 10th place.
I let him run him down for me right there. So there you go. The Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Thanks for joining me in my as I watched that for the